Do you see a traffic jam as a stress-inducing situation, or perhaps a pocket of time to breathe? I'm Dan, a behavioral science consultant. Today I will share 3 reframing techniques. Number 1, treat it as an experiment. When things go wrong, like not getting that project or not getting a promotion, it's easy to think, this is a disaster. But what if you framed it as an experiment instead? Something you can learn from, rather than suffer through. For example, once I had a huge client presentation that I thought will make or break my career. I spent days obsessing over it, even had trouble sleeping. Then I used this frame on it, treated it as an experiment, and went in with the idea that I'm simply testing my approach, whether it will work or not, and take the learnings. When you treat stress in this way, failure only becomes feedback, and you get curious instead of crushed. Negative experiences are inevitable, and look through this lens, they are perfect learning opportunities. You may not get the client or pass the exam this time, but the real failure would be not learning anything from it. Number 2, the paceometer. When stress comes from having to do too much, I remind myself of the paceometer. But imagine first a traditional speedometer. It shows you how fast you are traveling. Now a paceometer, it's very different. It shows you how much time you save by speeding up. Going from 20 to 40 miles per hour will save you 15 minutes over a 10 miles distance. But the same 20 miles per hour acceleration from 100 to 120 will only save you 1 minute over the same distance. Sounds counterintuitive, but it is true. More effort, less reward. That is diminishing returns for you. I use this frame to think about working long hours and burnout. When I work 120% for weeks, that 20% usually only gives me tiny gains. Yet, it doubles my stress and also ruins my sleep. I used to think that working longer hours made me productive, or a team player. It only made me tired, snappy with my loved ones, and less motivated the next day. Now I do my best to pace myself. Just like driving, it's not about how fast you can go in the short run, but finding an optimal pace for the long run that can take you to your destination in a good time, without the unnecessary risks of going too fast. If you are interested in how insights from the discipline can help you navigate stressful situations, build habits, or just live with more intention, I have put together a free guide. You will find it in the description. I hope that you will find it useful. Number 3, nobody cares. I say this in the best possible way. This one has changed everything for me, although sometimes I still forget about it. I used to obsess over what people thought of me. My friends, my colleagues at meetings, or even at Toastmasters, the public speaking club I attend. The night before my first Toastmasters speech, I could barely sleep, and I kept replaying all the things it could go wrong. When I stepped on that stage, my heart was pounding, and I uttered those first few words with a shaking voice. But then I got into it, and it was fine. Was it the best speech that I've ever given? Absolutely not, but it was an important stepping stone for me. Afterwards, I talked to one of the more experienced members of the club and told him about my struggle to sleep and overthinking this first speech. He looked at me and with a smile told me the following: "You know, Daniel, nobody cares. Everybody is thinking about their own speech." The fact that most of the audience was probably not listening fully wasn't disappointing. It was actually freeing. Nobody cares if I stammered a bit or if I looked at my feet too much. And in fact, we often forget that we are only the main characters of our own lives. In everybody else's, we are just a side character. It also relates to the cosmic insignificance therapy, a concept from Oliver Burkeman. When something feels huge and stressful, just zoom out. Now, whatever may be bothering me at night, I ask myself, will it matter in 1 week, 1 month, or 1 year? Usually the answer is no, and this is when I finally get to sleep. So these are my 3 favorite reframing techniques. Treat it as an experiment, the paceometer, and nobody cares. If you like this video, hit subscribe, and I will create more videos like this. But just knowing the techniques isn't enough. You want to try them out for yourself. So the next time you are stressed, either in a traffic jam, at work or at home, take a second and try reframing it slightly. And let me know in the comments if you have found your own way of reframing stress. I would love to hear what works for you. And once more, I have linked my guide in the description. You can download it for free. Stay curious and keep making your choices count. See you in the next one.